It's time for the SVU After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. We are talking season 19, episode 5, Complicated. We are going to discuss a whole lot of Brooke Shields and a whole lot of little baby M. That's right, Emma's back. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to the SVU After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. If you haven't already, go to YouTube, search for the Drama Channel. That's where we live, on the Drama Channel. This is SVU. We're talking season 19, episode 5, Complicated. I'm Yael Tygiel. I'm joined by Taylor Gates.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hello.
I like the what's up, guys.
Just point right there.
With the guns, the finger guns.
Yeah, of course.
For those on audio,
Heck
she
yeah.
used finger guns.
I am.
Before we jump into SVU, I will remind everyone of the RAIN hotline. That is the National Sexual Assault Hotline, 1-800-656-4673, 1-800-656-HOPE, H-O-P-E, 4673. And before we jump into this episode, I'm going to say mean things, and I feel like it's okay. This episode didn't get particularly dark,
Right.
but I'm still going to say mean things, and this is your trigger warning.
As one does during the show.
Yes. So if you need the sexual assault hotline, please call it. If you were kidnapped as a child or abused as a child, this might not be the episode for you, I guess.
Yes.
Great. Okay. I said last week in my predictions that this episode felt very similar to a previous episode from season 10 called
Stranger.
Stranger. I knew that. I loved that episode.
Yeah. Stranger's good.
And I think I would have enjoyed this episode as well had that episode not existed previously.
Yeah, it was very similar.
It's almost exactly the same. What did you think of this episode?
Thought it was a little lackluster, like you said. Like there were a few little twists and turns, but I always want more twists and turns. Like
Yeah.
pack it with as many as you can. And I thought that the Noah stuff moved pretty slow in this episode.
I agree. I felt like they didn't have enough for the main story because they already did it in Stranger. That they were like, oh, let's progress the Noah crap.
I just feel like they're repeating stuff at this point with the Noah stuff. It's like, we didn't know Sheila was a person. And they say it like 4 different times. And I'm like, I know.
We'll get to Noah and
get to
Sheila
that.
and that whole mess in a bit. We also will get to our usual Twitter poll.
Heck yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will. Our new and improved. And we have news, so stick around.
Yeah.
Okay, we start with a girl running through the park, and she's like, help me. Don't touch me. Help
so
me.
many episodes start exactly the same way. I
Tell
love
me,
it.
which episodes start that way?
Gosh, there's too many.
Yeah, way to
Whenever we
decide
have
that's how they all start.
sprinting people in Central Park. It's a classic.
I have mentioned before there is an Instagram called Law and Order Jog and Dog, and that's true. Jog and Dog. Usually there's a body.
Yep. Nobody this
Nobody.
time.
Yeah, it was very disappointing.
Yeah, I was like, where's the dead person?
I wanted it to be different than Stranger. Like, that's the problem, is the whole idea, this girl who disappeared and came back, and it might be this missing girl. Great. Fascinating.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But the whole story that her sibling killed her and knows that it's not her, literally the same plot.
Yeah, they think we don't remember because it was 9 years ago, but guess what? We remember.
Yeah, how could you do that? You have 19 seasons. Be creative.
Like, you guys only have, like, 450 of these. Like, there's gotta be more.
Right. And also, like, change it, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. More twists and turns.
Have it that she is the girl.
That's what we said. I don't want to, like, jump to ahead, but
No,
I
jump ahead.
wanted them to conspire with each other more. She was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll wear the wire and figure out. No. Like, it would have been so much more fun if they were just going rogue.
If the brother and sister.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great. Anyway, so she comes into the interrogation. She won't let anyone from the medical team touch her. So they can't do any actual tests or whatever. Smart. And Carisi's essentially giving her the facts.
Yeah.
And so even then would have been different, right? So in Stranger, she was like, I found all the info online. I did all the research. So this one, when Carisi was like, were you at the park? Was it your first day
was
of
it your
school?
first day of school? Yeah.
Like,
he, fed
literally
it to
all the
her.
details.
And she also looked it up. She saw it on the news.
Yeah, but I think it would have at least differentiated the episodes
Right.
had it been like, oh, I was just gonna be nobody, but then you fed me the facts and I decided to do that.
That would have been an interesting characterization for Carisi too. Being
Yeah.
like, oh, you done messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was so obsessed with the story. It would have been so much better had it been like,
Yeah.
what if I found the girl? And she's like, sure, I'm that girl. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Because that at least would be like, oh, why are you a crazy, fraudulent person? I wasn't ready to finish that sentence. I didn't know where I was going, and that's why that came out that way. Apologies.
I liked it.
Thanks. Okay, so they think it's her, and they go to the family, and then they bring the family in.
Immediately.
Were they what was it? A reunion specialist, reconciliation specialist?
Yeah, a reunion specialist who was not in the
Who was
scene,
not there.
which was amazing.
Oh, we're calling someone who specializes in reuniting families.
Cool, excited to see that. Oh,
Reunification specialist. That's it. What? Why wasn't he there?
Because I'm telling you, SVU has a budget, yo. They weren't in it.
So their budget was like, let's just reuse that story. Let's just not have the guy we say we're gonna. Then don't have the guy.
Yeah, they planted that and then just was not there.
Because I would like to know more about that position. How is that a job?
Yeah, for real.
What do you study for that? And how long do you?
Psychology.
I assume you're a social worker.
Yeah, so you probably have to do some, yes, sociology, psychology, that kind of, helping the brain, therapy.
Sure.
But
You know, it's a great way to help the brain in therapy.
watching more after shows, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, AfterBuzzers! Here at the network, we produce after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans. But now we need your help. We are asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. Besides helping us out a ton, here's what's in it for you. It caters specific content you already like directly to you. It brings you your favorite after shows so you don't have to seek them out. And it suggests content from other channels or podcasts that might interest you. Subscribing to our YouTube channels will also help you discover your new shows that we are sure you're going to love. Since you're already tuned in to the drama channel, you might be interested in shows like Queen of the South, 13 Reasons Why, The Bold Type, all of the dramatic stuff, And remember, we have channels for other genres too. I know Yael's a big sci-fi person.
Me? Sci-fi?
What?
How surprising.
I'm on like reality, sci-fi. I'm all over the place, honestly. I think I've done a show from every category, which is crazy. So you'll see our beautiful faces there. So please do not be shy about just subscribing to those either. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. It's so easy. Just hit that subscribe button now for an even easier AfterBuzz experience. And if you did, let us know that you did so in the comments and we'll shout you out on the air. Thank you so much for being the best fans, and we promise to continue to do our best to serve you.
Thank you.
No problem.
So I want to talk a little bit about their press conference.
It's so good.
Because the press conference was a little ridiculous.
Just a little.
First of all, I think she shouldn't have spoken.
Yeah.
She should not have said anything.
Yeah.
Because I think her being happy blows her cover.
Yeah.
But also, we were talking about, so there's a guy there, and he brings a Cavalier jersey. Also, I was not aware of what sport that was until he
What
showed the
sport
jersey. I think it's basketball.
Yeah, of course. I don't know.
I think that was a basketball
It looks
jersey.
basketball-y.
Some reason, when earlier in the episode they said Cavaliers, I went, that's either football or hockey.
Oh my god. Baseball? Soccer?
We were real wrong.
Who knows?
So maybe that guy was a real sport person.
Yeah, maybe. The thing is, I feel like whenever Mariska wants someone on the show, they're like, yeah, we got them. And so maybe she's like a big Cavs fan and she loves that guy.
Okay.
I honestly, I feel like if she wants someone on there, they will get them.
Oh, absolutely. She got Joe Biden on
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
All right, so then they do this stupid press conference, and then the family goes inside, and then the cops come and knock on the door, right? And they answer it. My only thought was, if I'm doing a press conference outside my house, and I finish it, there are reporters literally in front of my door, and someone knocks, I'm not opening that door.
Just like, what was the point of that? Why weren't they just like, hey, let's talk in private for a second? They're like, we're gonna close the door for 2 seconds, knock on it again. It was so weird.
I think my favorite part is you looked away and came back and went, how did they get inside?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? It was such a weird like pace for that scene.
The episode had a weird pace the whole time.
Yeah, it did.
So then they're like, we don't know if this is, we don't trust things.
We jumped the gun a little.
Did we?
Just a little.
Yeah. So Carisi finds out, Carisi, who is all about this story, finds out that Emma was not Emma. She was Brittany.
Well, they asked for a DNA sample, and they're like, no, we can't give that to you. She won't trust us. I'm like, just take a piece of her hair.
Also, I could have sworn, and maybe I'm wrong, but when a kid goes missing or gets kidnapped early, don't they, like, collect their DNA?
Yeah.
I was recently watching an episode that I love, where the lady leaves... Sorry, let me try to find words. There's so many thoughts in my head. It's the nurse leaves the baby at the homeless shelter around the corner from the hospital where she works because it's a boy and daddy says no boys.
Oh, right.
Great episode.
Yeah.
They discovered that the baby was the child of a girl who was kidnapped 3 years before that because her DNA was in the system.
Right. So all they need is a new DNA sample. And they're like, we can't ask her for that. She won't trust it. And I'm like, there's so many easy ways to get a DNA sample without asking her.
Right.
Like literally anything she touches pretty much.
Also, like, we don't want to traumatize her. We're not taking blood.
Yeah, it's literally just, hey, brush her hair.
Or take her toothbrush.
Yeah, it's like not hard.
Ugh. DNA's everywhere, everyone.
Yeah, DNA's everywhere.
Thank you. That was accurate. Anyway, so they can't get a DNA sample. They find the police report that her name is Brittany and she's a fraud. I want to also talk a little bit about, for a moment, her story changing.
Oh, yeah. I was like, we can't skip that part.
Because it's my favorite part where
Same.
she's like, I jumped out of the van and got on the subway. How'd you get on the subway? I don't know. We were so far away.
Someone helped me at the last minute.
We were so far away. Well, where were you? I don't know. Pennsylvania.
It wasn't the city. Probably Pennsylvania.
Girl, earlier, you did not know what a subway was.
Right? Like, how do you remember your 50 states?
I know Pennsylvania, but not subway.
Yeah.
Not how to use a train.
Yeah. And then the best part, though, is like, what kind of farm was it? Oranges. Like, that's not a safe bet. Oranges don't grow that many places. That's why you say, like, apples. Like,
But
apples grow everywhere.
Do they?
Pretty, like, a lot of people. It's more north than
Avocados.
oranges.
It's an avocado farm.
That
Tells you where I'm from. I assume the oranges is because her fraud charge was from Florida, which is where she's
Right.
from. So she went, I don't know, that's all they have in there. Florida is oranges.
Yeah, in Florida.
Right? That's all they have there, Florida, oranges?
That's it.
Here we have avocados.
Avocados.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania oranges.
I was like, wheat. I don't know. It's a farm.
Soybean? I don't know what grows in Pennsylvania. That's why you don't say a specific state. Just be like, yeah, well, it's a couple hours away.
A farm. Okay, what was on the farm? Chickens.
Cows.
Yeah. Old MacDonald had a farm.
It's Old McDonald's farm. I don't know what to tell you.
Steve. I love that her... Who held you? Steve. Was he your dad? No, he was Steve.
He was just Steve. Amazing.
Her story was all over the place.
Yeah, it was.
So when they discover that she's a fraud, and she's like, I'm not the only one who knows, we go and talk to Glenn.
Glenn, who, if you guys are theater fans, he is from Dear Evan Hansen. He played Connor Murphy in the original Dear Evan Hansen.
I'm sure I've also seen him in something else. I want to say
Probably.
a Disney Channel show, but I could be
Yeah,
making
that
that
would
up.
make, yeah. He did look like he could be like a Disney Channel person.
Before he let his hair get gross.
Yeah, his hair is a lot. It worked for Dear Evan Hansen, though. He probably was still in the show and he had to keep it like that.
Probably.
Probably.
I didn't like his creepy hair.
Yeah, but it made him creepy.
Yes.
Which was good.
He
He was creepy from the get-go, though.
Yes.
He was like, oh, what was that line that I loved so much? Oh, they were like, look, your sister's alive. And he goes, I can't believe it. Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
of
thought
course
that
I can't
was so
believe
good.
it. He killed her.
That was such a good little plant at the beginning. I can't believe it.
So she goes to talk to him with a wire. But before that, we have this great scene where Rollins does her Rollins thing.
At the bar.
This is I've talked about this before.
Yeah,
my
you hate
least
it. I don't
favorite
hate
thing.
it. I think it's fun.
I liked it once. I liked it once with Holden.
Manifesto. I knew you would say that.
With Holden March. Holden March here.
I want to rewatch that now.
Oh,
Such a
so
good one.
creepy. So it was great when she did her, "You're a nice guy. Nice guys deserve to get girls" thing.
That was like a weird nasally
I don't know
voice.
what
was that?
I don't know. It came out of my mouth and I'm sorry. So then she tries the same thing on the brother. She's like, "Just tell me what happened."
I love how he's like, Emma and me know what's up. Like, first of all, Emma and I. So, right away, this is a red flag. This guy doesn't know what's up.
I'm sorry. I also would have said Emma and me.
Well, it's not correct.
Yeah, English is clearly my first
Emma
language.
and I.
Uh-huh.
She knows why. He was just so creepy in that scene.
Where is she? Deep down.
Deep down.
She's dead. He just said she's dead.
She's just in Pennsylvania on an orange farm. Deep Pennsylvania.
How did she get there? She took the bus underground.
But
The
also
subway?
a van.
Yeah. Anyway, and then she gets him to confess on the wire, which then they bring him in. He confesses again. I think the twist, I guess, was that the father was in on it.
No, we gotta back up though, because
Yes.
there's some good lines that we're missing. Because
Go
when
on.
they're talking to Brittany / Emma after they arrest her, she's like, "All of New York loves me," which I thought was like such a funny line. But
Why?
it's true. I don't know. Just the way she said it was like so narcissistic. All of New York loves me, because she knows that everyone wants to see the story, like be
Right.
happy. Like she gets it. Emma and me know what's up. And then because we watched this one together, we rewatched it together, and they're like, "Listen, don't worry, we're not gonna make you go anywhere you don't want to go." We're like, except prison.
Yeah, you're arresting her.
Like maybe jail, but other than that, nowhere you don't want to go.
Right. We would never send you home because you're going to jail.
Right. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
It's like, but that's just basically not true.
I mean, her stories about her like actual story of her leaving her mother who was abusive and going and staying in shelters, and then she became an adult, reminds me of another episode who was staying somewhere and then became an adult, and we'll get to that when we get to the
will.
But it's interesting that she was like, the adult shelters are gross and terrifying and I don't want to stay there. Yeah, I get that. But
We should have delved into that.
I think her story would have been more interesting. I think had she and Glenn been in on it, would have been more interesting.
Yeah, that would have been something different.
Or if the story was about her being a con artist and she went with this story because of Carisi.
Yeah.
That would have been fascinating.
Why don't we write for the show?
Because I prefer to nitpick about it.
Okay.
Watch every episode 15 times and nitpick.
Yeah.
That's what I prefer. So anyway, Glenn confesses, and then the father confesses that not only did Glenn kill her accidentally, but he hid the body. And I would have enjoyed more to see the brother and the father and fake Emma being like, we did this for the mom.
Yeah.
Like, we did this to make her happy.
That was like implied, but it wasn't.
It would have been
really
better if they
expanded on.
If like we caught the three of them in a conversation.
The way that Emma died was so weird too, I thought.
Yeah.
Was like she was dancing in front of the TV and she knows she's not supposed to do that, so I suffocated her with a couch cushion.
Well, so at first, I remember the first time watching this when he was like, she's dancing in front of the TV and she knows she's not supposed to do
I
that.
thought it fell on her.
Oh.
But I guess that wouldn't make sense then. Like, what happened to this TV?
Oh, my thought was that because this is SVU, I was like, oh, she was dancing and he got turned on.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been an interesting story.
Right.
I mean, real messed up, but this is SVU, so you know.
Right.
Thank you.
But he just suffocated her with
He
a
just
couch
suffocated her with a pillow. He's like, shut up. Which anyone who has siblings goes, yeah, I guess that could happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I really was like the TV fell on her, but like logically it doesn't make sense. But that's what I was like. I was so sure happened for a second.
I also was sure that like he threw something heavy or hard hit her, and that was the accident. Because him,
'Cause
like,
that's more accidental
than smothering.
than literally suffocating her with a cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the dad took the blame, so everybody else is fine, and the mom's sad.
Yep.
Let's talk about Noah.
I wanted the mom to snap. I wanted something crazy to happen with the mom, but she was just sad. And I was like, what a bummer.
She did say a line that we thought was great. Was when she was like, I have nothing.
Wish you never, and I wish you never found her. At least then I had hope.
Yeah.
I was like, that's actually really sad.
It's really sad, but which is why it would have been interesting to like see the father and the brother and fake Emma, conspire together to give her this hope. Or to make her
what if
happier.
they just would have kept up the facade?
It felt kind of like they wanted to.
That would have been interesting. If they couldn't prove that it wasn't Emma, and so they know logically that it's not Emma.
And they were like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Emma's back.
And then the detectives don't do anything about it.
That would have been
Or
good.
they're like, hey, listen, Mom, this ain't Emma. She's like, sure it is.
Yeah.
Or even if Emma's mom knew and was just, you gotta accept it.
She was
that would've
like,
been wild.
I need Emma back. So
We're just gonna say it's
there
Emma.
are a lot of ways this could have gone. Unfortunately, it turned into the episode called Stranger.
Yeah.
Okay, Noah.
No, what?
So, Brooke Shields has arrived officially and is trying to get custody of Noah, except she says during the court case that she's like, I would never take him away from the only family he's known, but I don't think she's fit to be a mom. So I would never take him away, but you should, because he shouldn't be there.
Yeah. She's pulling the system.
And then she said that she doesn't care what happens. She wants custody, or she wants to be in his life. And at that moment I went, then why are you going through the court?
Yeah.
If you just were like, look, I'm his grandmother. I know you're his mother, but I want to be part of his life.
Talk to her.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work, go to the court and do your shady stuff.
You're doing this backwards.
Right? Yeah, you're going too extreme first.
And then at the end of the episode, when we have them conversing, that's essentially where we end up going.
Right.
Because Benson's reasonable.
I didn't know how else I could get your attention. A phone call? A letter? Any other way?
Like showing up and then talking to me, also okay.
Right. No. We're going
Showing
to hire a private investigator.
Let's talk about this private investigator. This has been my biggest pet peeve since they introduced this whole storyline. Sheila Porter, mother of Ellie Porter.
Yes.
Ellie ran away from home, did not change her name.
Sheila did not change her name.
No names were changed, yet could not find her daughter.
Right? Does anyone have a Facebook account?
Also hired a private investigator and he couldn't find her.
Yeah.
The name hasn't changed.
Yeah, they're doing a shoddy job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst private investigator ever.
They're just paying him not great money, I guess, because he's like, listen, this is not worth my time.
Right. What did he give her?
Like, I could be a better private investigator than this, I feel like.
Also, if you could find dead Ellie's son, how did you not find Ellie before she died?
Yeah. It's a good question.
Although, that said, when she was working as a hooker, did she not go by the name Lizette?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I remember...
Lizette?
Lizette, yes, because I remember Declan Murphy going undercover. The episode that we met Ellie
Okay.
and lost her was, I think it was the same episode. So he goes undercover to get the hooker, because it was the hooker and Timmer. Tito.
Starts with a T and
It was
something dumb.
It was Tino or Tito. Tino with an N.
Tino.
Okay, so sorry about that, everybody. Declan Murphy went undercover because there was a hooker and their pimp who were taking money from John's. That was Ellie, but her name was Lizette, because I remember...
What a not hooker name.
I know, but I remember him saying something, and she was like, you making fun of me? And he's like, no, I'm not Lizette. That's why I
Lizette.
remember her name.
That sounds like a very sophisticated name.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just doesn't seem right.
Also, like, but she still went under the name Ellie Porter. So, like, her hooker name was Lizette, but her real life name was not.
It's a mess.
Bad PI. So, anyway, Noah gets to meet his grandmother, and they have this weird interaction.
And he's totally chill with it.
Yes.
Noah has like no strong emotions, I feel like.
What I'll say this is the best Noah that we've had.
Yeah. He's cute.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say that at least he emotes more so than last season where I was so positive we were trying to make him a sociopath.
I mean, he's a pretty just easygoing kid, I guess.
Yeah, he was like, okay.
If you feel uncomfortable, say something.
Okay.
Okay. This is your grandma. Okay.
It's like the
Want to see my room? Okay.
that was the other way around.
I know, but
That's
it was all very
Yes.
fine and dandy.
Okay. Do you is there anything else about this episode that you want to make sure we touch upon before we head
That's
into our
about
poll?
it.
Yep, that
Except for the fact that I have some qualms with Sheila being like, I lost everything, because you still didn't lose as much as Karen lost.
Yeah, Karen lost everything.
Karen lost her husband and both of her kids. You just lost your...
And Hope.
And all of her hope. And
Sheila
you just lost your daughter.
And husband, who were already gone.
Yes, but you still have hope of
And
a grandson.
Yeah. Yes, Sheila.
And Olivia Benson.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
you know what? You're in a pretty good spot.
tell us about the poll this week.
All right, guys. The poll is, what is your favorite episode based on a girl impersonating like another person? Because there's at least 3 of them. But if you have one that I missed that you like better, please leave it in the comments. But the options are this episode, Pretend, which is my personal favorite out of all of them.
It's one of my favorites also.
It's such a good one. I think it's season 8, end of season 8.
It is the episode with Cassandra.
I love
whose name is
Cassandra.
Denise.
And she gets her mouth wired shut at one point.
Yes.
And Olivia's like, listen, you're not going to be able to breathe if you keep crying like this. I love Pretend so much. And the other one is the one you keep referencing, Stranger, which is season 10 with the Clover tattoo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, let us know which your favorite is. It's not Pretend I'm judging you, but it's fine. I'll get over it.
I really hope Stranger surpasses Pretend. That's not true. Pretend was a really good episode.
Right now, this one is winning at 60%.
This one?
Yeah.
Does no one remember
So
Stranger?
we're like kind of dragging it, but apparently it's like a fan favorite.
That's weird.
But Pretend should win.
All right, we'll tell you where to find that poll in just a bit. You
Yes.
said you have some news to share.
I do. If you got, yeah.
TV
I
news.
forgot about that.
I love how it makes me feel like a real life TV reporter, like a weather girl or something.
Go, weather girl, go.
Okay, so if you guys miss Elliot Stabler, you
Who
can
doesn't?
find Christopher Maloney on Pose this week. The new show that everyone's really raving about. It's getting some really great reviews. But yeah, he's going to be on Pose.
That is on FX Sunday
Yeah.
nights.
Yes, I'm not sure what character he's playing, but I'm sure it'll be good because he picks some interesting roles.
He does pick interesting roles. Also, he'll be back for season 2 of Happy on
I thought
Sci-Fi.
you were going to say season 20 of SVU, and I was like, what?
Yep, that's an exclusive.
We're breaking it
No.
right now. No, I'm just kidding. Let's
We
not
would've-
get false
I'm,
hope.
I'm sure we would have started with that. That would have been crazy news.
Yeah.
No, he's going to be in the 2nd season of Happy, which airs on the Sci-Fi Channel whenever that comes back. It was a crazy first season. It's a very weird show.
Awesome.
All right. Before we head into predictions, will you tell us where... Nope. We're going to head into predictions.
Let's just do predictions.
Predictions!
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
I feel like I have the right shirt for this music. It's like a very, like, I feel like I'm going to tell your fortune, you know,
I love it.
with the big sleeves.
Love it. All right. Next week, the episode is called... Sorry, not next week. Apologies. We are taking a week-long hiatus. We'll be back the week after.
If NBC can do it, so can we.
Yeah, just like SVU, we randomly decide to go on hiatus.
Yeah.
So great. Unintended Consequences is the episode, and it takes place in a treatment facility. Rollins is going to go undercover, and the dad from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show, Peter Scolari, he's also been in a lot of other stuff, but Peter Scolari is going to be on the episode.
Awesome.
Yay!
I remember thinking that Rollins was going to go undercover as a patient, and I was so excited for that because I love it when they like kind of that and are like level with all of the other patients. And I remember that's not the case, and I was kind of disappointed about that.
I agree. I remember being disappointed about the undercover aspect, because they definitely like promoted that as being a big aspect.
And it wasn't that big of a part.
It wasn't. Luckily, I don't remember most of the episode. So I predict some doctor is sleeping with patients.
Yeah, that's a good prediction.
Thanks. It's a good guess.
Pretty good prediction. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be mine too.
I wish I remembered more.
I don't remember much either. I just remember really wanting to see, because when we've got Rollins undercover, it was awesome. Because the episode that we love so much, Gambler's Fallacy, she was like sort of undercover. Yeah. And that episode is amazing.
Great episode.
So I was like, ooh, maybe it'll be another Gambler's Fallacy.
I really would like to see her go undercover in like a drug treatment facility or like an eating disorder facility, something like that, because I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen her undercover as a drunk party girl. We've seen her undercover with Finn as like his girlfriend, which I love when they do that. It's
I do
so
too.
cute.
I love those two together.
And we've seen her undercover. When else have we seen her undercover?
I don't know. I just feel like she looks young enough that she can get away with like going undercover in these other kind of...
She went undercover as an aunt with the girl who was even younger looking, with the episode with Brown Sugar that then turned into the Hake Abraham storyline.
Do you remember the episode where she and Olivia played a lesbian couple?
Oh, I love
Looking for sperm?
Yes.
We don't talk about that enough.
We don't.
That was great.
Every time it is assumed or hinted at or mentioned that Benson could be gay, great.
Hop right on that train.
Yes. But yeah, I would like more Rollins undercover.
Me too. I just like undercover episodes.
Me too. That's
Except
like
the one where Olivia went undercover at the jail. That one just gives me chills still.
The episode called
Undercover. Yeah.
I liked recently the Super Bowl one where she went undercover as a hooker.
Right.
And Lucy was, or not a hooker, a madam. And Lucy was like, you got a Super Bowl date? She's like, kinda.
Yes. Do you remember, sorry, I don't want to just keep saying times when people went undercover, but I think it was Hot House. And she went undercover as someone who was looking to buy prostitutes.
Oh, yeah, where she checks all their teeth.
Yes, that was so weird.
It's great. It's a great
That's
episode.
such a good episode, too.
Excellent. Thank you all so much for joining us. Until the week after next, where can people find you in the poll?
You guys can find me and the poll at Twitter at alphaba_Ann. You can also find me on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. I'm also on a ton of after shows. I do one about cults and extreme beliefs on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. I also do the 100 Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, and Younger Wednesdays at 10. So I'm really all across the board.
You're on all the networks.
I'm on all the networks.
I love it. I'm Yael Tygiel. I'm everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And I'm not doing any other after shows right now, but I'll be here for SVU in 2 weeks.
Woo!
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Dun dun.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.